Welcome back to the channel. It's Mazer, your second favorite YouTuber that starts with an M. I don't know who number one is. It's probably me anyways, actually. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new video. Not as good as the last one, I'll admit. But, guys, I watched a brand new Jurassic World Rebirth movie. And I've got things to say. If you haven't watched the movie and you plan on it, don't worry. I'll let you know when I get into spoilers. It's going to be pretty soon, I'm going to be honest. I got to talk about a lot of the things in this movie. But just to go ahead and get you guys out of the way so you guys can know my opinion in the first minute. It's a pretty good movie. But yeah, straight into it. So, I put it in my top 3 Jurassic movies. We'll get into that more specifically in the end. And now that it's been a minute, in 5, 4, 3, 2... 1, we're going to do another countdown because we're going to do spoilers. Okay, a lot of gibberish there. Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first of all, main character. I forgot all of the names in the movie. Literally every single one except for Duncan. I think it's one of the names. But anyways, the character that Scarlett Johansson plays. Freaking fire, dude. She's a top tier actor, so obviously she's gonna come into the movie and be an even better actor in this movie. And she has some pretty cool scenes. She's honestly one of the top tier. I think she's one of my favorite characters out of all of the Jurassic movies now, because usually the human characters are kind of mid and they usually don't have much staying power, and I'm like, when are you gonna get eaten, bro? But not for this one. Not for this one. Just to go ahead and name out some characters I think that are pretty good. Ian Malcolm, pretty good character. Scarlett Johansson's character, I would say, is about on his level. Honestly, I like seeing her more. Chris Pratt is my number 1 so far. I think it's going to stay like that until we get more of Scarlett Johansson. And potentially Duncan, which is what brings me to my second part. Duncan, other character in this movie. He is, he's kind of like a mercenary person. Same thing as Scarlett Johansson in this movie, but he owns a boat. And he is cool beans. He kind of control V's both Owen and Claire's thing in the Jurassic World movie, the first one. Well, the first Jurassic World. So you already know how Chris Pratt is essentially just, raptor tamer, the whole shebang. But what you guys also probably remember from Jurassic World 1 is that he does this cool little roll thing to get out of the enclosure of the raptor cage. So Duncan does the same thing to avoid a mutodon, which is essentially this movie's Velociraptor. And we'll get into the dinosaurs later. So, anyways, also he does the same run with the flare. Well, in this case, it's like a run swim. He's in water, but he's still technically walking in the water. He's running away from the new D-Rex, and it looks pretty cool beans, and we have to figure out how he survived, because I really don't understand how he survived. Well, I understand how he could have, but looking at what he did, I don't understand how he survived, because the new D-Rex, it only works with, it works, off of, light, so it's weird that he survived it the way he did. But anyways, besides that, all the other characters are kind of mid. The villains in this movie are very villainous. All of the Jurassic movies are always anti, I don't know if establishment's the right word, but they're always anti, big pharma. I feel like ever since Jurassic World, I want to say Fallen Kingdom, they just been very against big companies. Like Fallen Kingdom was obviously about, hey, we want to use dinosaurs, let them be free, so let's not have a company use them for war, be evil. And Dominion is like, hey, we don't want dinosaurs to be used for profit, and we don't want you have your company be Evel Knievel. And then we get into this movie, and the plot is roughly the same. We don't want evil companies to be Evel Knievel and exploit animals and stuff. It's still entertaining, but there's clearly a theme. And with this one, the villains, the main character, the main villain, very average main villain person. I do think what's really funny is that he outright tries to kill a girl before things even get bad. So, to a certain extent, this guy's already been a bad person. So, it does make his eventual death very expected. Although it's one, I think just enough because I just realized there's an entire side plot with like a family I didn't mention, but yeah, he ends up like essentially like almost killing one of the girls, part of that family, and up until this point in the movie, well, I should say up until the end, they don't meet each other. And when they finally do, the girl who almost got killed is sitting here like, I'm finna kill you, dude. And then the guy's like, whoa, slow your roll. I have a gun. He has a gun, in case I didn't tell you guys. But he has one. It's super bad news. Because, he's untouchable. Which doesn't matter because he's an idiot. And like all Jurassic Park function. He's gonna find a way to kill himself. He steals a car, which, by the way, Scarlett Johansson was hiding under. A little callback to Jurassic World with Chris Pratt under the oil thing. But it was only a crane that had oil. But anyways, he drives off, and then the Mutodon, I think, just leaves actually, and then this guy, he just almost gets ran over. He almost runs over an Ankylosaurus. And if he hit the Ankylosaurus, bro, he went flying. You can't hit those things. They live. No one can touch them. But anyways, yeah, villain's pretty, villainry. I just wish he got killed by a human. I think that's what I want. But anyways, let's get into the dinosaurs because this is the main part of the movie. I will go ahead and say there's not a lot of dinosaurs in this movie. And I knew most of them already, which take that as you will. But I feel like they could have done a little bit more branching out. And what sucks is that the main two dinosaurs of the movie aren't actually dinosaurs. Like the Mutodon, which is like the Velociraptor of the movie, is a mixture of a Velociraptor and a Pterosaur. But it's not a real dinosaur. Which kind of sucks because it doesn't fly in the movie. Well, that's not true. It flies in one scene. But it's used for comedy. So it's like kind of cool, but like, and there's also D-Rex. D-Rex is like the quote-unquote main villain of the movie, but he only has 15 minutes of screen time, and he kind of just kills the main bad guy and just doesn't do anything else. Like, he's scary, I guess, but, doesn't really do anything. He's just scary. But of course, during the movie, they're actually trying to get blood samples of 3 dinosaurs. I think they actually tell you that in the trailer. They need the Mosasaur, Titanosaur, and then Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus? I think there's a different way to pronounce it. They pronounce it different in the movie, but I don't care. Mosasaur is really scaled down in the movie, like really smaller. It's like whale-sized, which makes sense because the Spinosaurus is in the movie as well. They have like a symbiotic relationship. Is that the right word? Yeah, I think it is. They use each other to like get food. I don't understand how that works because the Mosasaur could legitimately kill anything it wants to. But I guess since the Spinosaurus are amphibious, I guess they could like bring food out to the Mosasaur. But I don't understand why they need to do that. I suppose the Spinosaurus are fine. They don't even need to go on the water, honestly. I guess they can get smaller fish. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but to be fair, the island's full of rejects, so I guess they're stupid. Anyways, next it's a Titanosaur. Titanosaurs, if you guys want to visualize that, I doubt I'm putting up pictures. It's probably just going to be some random gameplay of a video game. So, Titanosaurs, imagine a Brachiosaurus, but bigger and a longer tail, like a weirdly long tail. That's what Titanosaurs are. And Titanosaurs have a cool little scene where they're being all friendly, all lovely. Kind of reminiscent of, I want to say, it was like Fallen Kingdom, I think. And also, I think Jurassic Park 1 does the same thing with like the Brachiosauruses, where they're just like loving and stuff. And then there's like a scene where they're all walking around. The point is, I'm kind of disappointed by that. Because Titanosaurs, they're kind of known for whipping their tails and like absolutely knocking someone out. I feel like they could have had it whip a dinosaur, because in the scene where they're about to see the Titanosaurus, they mentioned that there are animals that are carnivorous that eat the Titanosaurus, which they didn't show anything that would even try to hunt one. Like there's a T-Rex in this movie. There's also D-Rex, but I don't think, well, maybe a D-Rex, but we don't see them at all nearby. They're too far away. But anyways, Titanosaurus, it has the ability to whip animals. So I wish it just whips something, because like it's a cool idea to just have that. We don't usually have like any herbivores that really fight. Like all of the major fights in the Jurassic universe have always been carnivore versus carnivore. So I just wish they could have showed us a cool little whip scene with that thing, because that's like a big factor of the animal. It makes it different. Like when you ask someone, hey, what's your favorite sauropod, they're gonna say Brachiosaurus 9 times out of 10 until you say Titanosaur. And then if you ask why, they're gonna be like, because their tail can freaking whip the jaws off of animals, like out of all the carnivores. And that's gonna be like, that's cool beans. It's not in this movie though. Anyways, Quetzalcoatlus in this movie, I think it needed more screen time. That's the best way I can put it. It's a cool animal, and it's like the biggest thing ever. And they even say in the movie, it has like a 30-foot wingspan or whatever. It's as big as a bus. I just wish we could see it as big as a bus. Like, it's not a big enough threat, I feel like, for this movie. And also, it's less accurate to like the fossil in this movie. Because like in Dominion, they already have the Quetzalcoatlus, but like it's less accurate from that movie. Honestly, if you wanted to see dinosaurs, you should watch Dominion. Dominion has more dinosaurs. I think you can count all the dinosaurs in this movie in one hand, which kind of sucks, but it's overall still good. And then here comes the Mutodon D-Rex. I already talked about those. They're both mutants, and they both, I feel like, are kind of cool. But actually, I do want to glaze the Mutodons real quick, because the Mutodons, actually, they're technically Deinonychus X. Pterosaurus, probably more accurate considering how big they are. But anyways, I want to talk about that comedic scene I talked about earlier, where they actually just show them flying. So there's a scene where, okay, it's gonna sound weird. There's a scene where this guy is just peeing. We don't see anything obviously, but he's peeing and his back is turned, and we see 2 raptors creep up on the guy and are about to like eat him up. And right before that, a Mutodon pops up and just flies in and just absolutely decks them. And mind you, this guy is so afraid. He's standing there looking forward, not looking behind him. So this Mutodon just comes in, swoops in, and then grabs these velociraptors, and he kills them and grabs them. And then he only turns around when like the Mutodon's finally flying away. And then he turns back around and finishes peeing. It's a very funny scene, and it kind of shows us why we don't see the velociraptors. Presumably, the Mutodon is just such a superior predator that it just eats them like a lot. Those velociraptors are the only velociraptors we see in the movie. And mind you, these velociraptors aren't even in focus. We don't get to see a good velociraptor in this entire movie. Because the Mutodon is like a mixture of a pterosaur and of a raptor. And it has like a beak kind of thing going on with the top of its jaw. So it's almost like a different bird. It's like a bird hybrid. It's like if you tried to make a pterosaur. It's pretty cool. I like it. And then another cool thing is that the Mutodon has this really nice scene where like it mimics the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park 1. It's not as smart as a Velociraptor. We can say that for sure. But it does seem it's pretty, what's the right word for it? Determined. There's a scene where it literally hears people in vents, not in vents, but like in a drain system, and it like squeezes its body into the sewers to just try and get to them. And it's like, bro, it can't be this serious. And then there's also a scene where it like squeezes through the roof of a convenience store just to get this one little girl. And it's like, bro, is there no other food? Like, they could do a lot of effort to get this one group. And similarly, there's a T-Rex scene that happens way earlier in the film where it's supposed to be like a callback to the books, because in the first Jurassic Park book, there's like a scene where people are on like a boat or raft, and then there's like a T-Rex swimming after them. The T-Rex follows them for a good chunk of time. And it just continues following them, and it gets so close a couple of times, but it just barely misses them. And I'm sitting here like, dude, please find other food sources, because guys, I think, okay, we're at 14 minutes. I don't care how long this video is, guys. Do you think I care about making the most accurate videos? No, I don't even care about if it's a good video. I just released them, anyways. There's been like 3 T-Rexes in its entirety for all of the films. I think it's been like 3 T-Rexes. There is the main one, Rexy. That's from Jurassic Park 1. There's also another T-Rex, I don't know the name because I don't care, for Lost World. It's a bad movie. Who cares? And then presumably Rexy persists all the way up until Dominion. And then between Dominion and Rebirth, it died. So the only T-Rex currently alive is the one in Jurassic Park Rebirth. Because Rebirth does take place 17 years after, I think it's actually after, it's technically 17 years after Dominion. No, not Dominion, but Fallen Kingdom. Because it says in the beginning of the movie, 17 years after, no, it's been 32 years since, yeah, so it's, what's the timeline? What is it? 32 years after Fallen Kingdom, because Fallen Kingdom's when dinosaurs get released, and they say 32 years after dinosaurs are returned, and then Dominion happens pretty cool. No, it doesn't. It's like a relatively small time skip. Dominion's like relatively small time skip since Fallen Kingdom, so it's roughly 30 to 20 something years since Dominion. The point is, it's the only T-Rex alive, and it's pretty sad to see it's the only one alive, and it's like a whole thing. And then InGen is such an evil but rich company. Like, all they did was make a dinosaur island, and they made so much bank that they could buy entire island territories and just research on animals there, which is kind of crazy to me to believe, because when and where? Was Jurassic World really that good? I mean, it makes sense, but, like, it's Disney World. And Disney has a lot of money, though. I guess that makes sense. But that's the thing, though. It's different. It's different. I don't think zoos get enough money to do that, because Jurassic World is a theme park, but it's also really just a zoo. It's a theme park zoo. All the themes of the park is just seeing the dinosaurs. So it's really a zoo that has theme park elements. So it's really weird how they have so much money. But actually, I don't know what the but is, because they just do dinosaurs. InGen is related, but I think they're pharmaceutical, I believe. Wait, I think they're also pharmaceutical. That makes sense. This is live, well, semi-live theory crafting from Mazer, your favorite YouTuber on Earth, excluding your favorites. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. They got a lot of money. They just have entire islands, because this is now like the 4th island. There's Jurassic Park 1. I think Jurassic World is a different island, and then obviously there's a different island for Jurassic Park 2. I think Jurassic Park 3 is I don't know. I feel like there's multiple islands. Because the Jurassic Park 3 island, it's not the same as Jurassic 1 for sure. But it might be the same as Jurassic Park 2. I think so. And then obviously I think Jurassic World is a different island. And they continue that island up until it's gone. Right, the giant freaking volcano. We're almost at 20 minutes here. I guess here comes my final thoughts. The movie's really good. I have it in my top 3 Jurassic movies. I'll go ahead and give you my entire list of my top movies. Well, I'll give you the entire list, bottom to top, and I'll explain about the top 3. Worst movie for me, I think, is gonna have to be Jurassic Park Lost World. I did not enjoy that one. Number 6 is gonna be Dominion. No, it's not. It's gonna be Jurassic Park 1. Not a bad film. I think it doesn't do as much for me as the other movies. Then it's Dominion. Dominion's then there. Then we have Jurassic World. It's 4 now, I think. In the top 3 is going to be... number 3 is going to be Rebirth. Number 2 is going to be Fallen Kingdom. Sorry, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. Number 3 is going to be Jurassic Park 3. Number 2 is going to be Rebirth, and number 1 is going to be Fallen Kingdom. That's my list. Starting off with number 3, Rebirth, really good movie. Scarlett Johansson's amazing. I like most of the scenes. I feel like this is one of the times where, like, the human characters, I feel like they're all at least somewhat enjoyable, so I don't hate anything about the humans. I don't feel like there's too much humans. There's not enough dinosaurs for me, though. That's my biggest problem with the movie. There's not enough dinosaurs. Like, it's weird, because the humans were great in this movie, but there just was a lot of time wasted on the people, and, like, it's good. Like, I like what they did here, but it could have been dinosaurs. So it's like, I don't know. And then number 2, obviously, I think Jurassic Park 3 just speaks to me. Freaking Spinosaurus fighting a T-Rex is just so cool beans. And they have the best velociraptors out of all of the movies, I would say. They're the most frightening. They're just cool. I like the little feathers they got going on. It's just beautiful. And then I think that's the movie with the pea in the jar with the kid. I think that's a cool concept of a guy who managed to live on the Jurassic Islands, because we never see that. They always escape at the end, or like it's just not that bad. It's like contained. This is the first. Well, yeah, it is the first time we see someone actually like legit coexisting with the dinosaurs. It's like a little teaser to Jurassic World, like coexisting with animals. Of course, it's a different term, but yeah. And then number 1 is Fallen Kingdom. I think Jurassic is superior as a horror thing. I think it's superior in horror, or rather, I think it's superior when like they take a snapshot of the horror. I really feel like Fallen Kingdom makes them feel like animals in the best way possible. Like, even though the Indoraptor is the most humanoid and most like actually villainous dinosaur we will probably ever get in the movies, it's just, I feel like they did the dinosaurs right. Because especially with all the dinosaurs, they're like locked away. I feel like they're acting like dinosaurs. And then with like the scene where they just know how Stygimolochs will act, and they like use it to headbutt stuff, I like that so much. And I actually like the idea of them using their technology. I mean, InGen, I think it's InGen at this point, cloning actual human beings. Like, it's so strange that they want to do that, but they're an evil company, and I like that they would actually take that step. That's just like, I feel like that would happen. And since they're a pharmaceutical, I think definitely that would happen. Just like adds an extra layer of evil Knievel to them. It's just like, this is peak. And then the Indoraptor is just so evil. It's so cool. The way it smiles, that smile scene was so crazy. And it's just such a good movie. And I think Blue is doing his coolest stuff here. It's really good. It's definitely going to be my favorite Jurassic movie until they bring back horror. And looking at this Rebirth, I don't think they're going to bring back horror. Because Rebirth wasn't really scary. They didn't do anything scary. The best they had is like a couple of jump scares, but nothing actually scary. And weirdly enough, the most memorable jump scare I had was actually some bats. Oh yeah, for the final little bit of this, guys, because you already know my review, it's a, like I said, if you guys were waiting for something out of 10, it's like a 8 out of 10. There's this really weird scene where a T-Rex is sleeping and this girl is trying to move by it to get a boat. And then the T-Rex, okay, so this girl opens up the boat. It gets really loud. The boat essentially like covers up most of the screen. And this, in the same shot, we were seeing the T-Rex sleeping. So when the inflatable blows up and it's taking up most of the screen, it goes down finally after being blown up. The T-Rex is gone, which is so crazy. Like, imagine like one of those scenes where like someone goes behind a bus and like they're just gone, but with an entire Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's like, how did you move that fast? And then we see it out in the distance a little bit, and it's like, you got up and went all the way over there. Okay, but like, what? Because it woke up because of a noise. The noise was not all the way in the background, buddy. That was just enough time for the main characters to like do something and leave, which ends up failing anyways. They try to leave, but they get hunted down. But I already talked about that. So that's the movie. 20-something minute review done. And if you guys enjoyed this, why? I mean, if you're gonna watch the movie, watch the movie. I never understood movie reviews, especially this late. I feel like, why would you want to watch this? I'm still gonna repost this, but like, I wonder why you'd want to watch this. Guys, I may be reviewing some more movies in the future. So guys, just let you know, I could be reviewing some more movies. So we'll call it the month of movies. Well, we are calling it that, guys. This month, go to the theaters. You could be watching Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. And I think there's another movie that's coming out. I guess you guys have you guys watched, was it How to Train Your Dragon? I'm not going to, but you could watch it. I mean, I've already seen the movies. It's pretty good. Anyway, see you guys next one. And cut.